Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing the October plan with me. I'm really excited. This month's theme is kind of farm feel because I live out in the country, so whenever I think of fall time, it's always pumpkin patches and old pickup trucks and farms and all the fun stuff. So let's get into it. I am using a very cheap pad of watercolor paper. I used the reference photo. And I'm just going to be using my watercolor paints and my brushes, a size 2, and then I go down to a size 0, I believe, for a little more detail. But this painting was pretty easy to do, a lot of layers for the grass and things like that, which you'll see in a second. From start to finish, I did this painting over 2 days because I have 3 kids and I can't just sit down and do a painting start to finish. It's just not doable for me. So it took me about 2 days to finish this painting, start to finish. So for the grass, I am doing a mixture of greens and adding in a little bit of yellow into it because the grass is not super green in the fall like it is in the summer. And I'm not very good at doing landscape paintings. I'm still very new at all of this watercolor painting stuff and trying to make it look somewhat realistic. So this is as best as I could do for what I could do. I'm not a professional by any means, and the watercolor paper is not a high quality paper, so that also affects the look of your painting as well. And I did not do wet on wet technique for the sky or for the grass, which I should have done to make it look a little bit smoother and for the blending to be better. But all in all, I really did enjoy how it turned out. I don't know where you guys live, but right now it is October 1st, and I'm also sorry that this video is out late, but it's not quite the feeling of fall yet where I'm at. It's still pretty warm, which I'm not excited about. I just want to bust out all of my sweaters and wear my boots and my hats and all of the things and go jump in a pile of leaves. I can't do that yet, but the leaves outside are starting to change, so that makes it even more exciting. But again, it's not cool, so not really enjoying the fall season yet. I told my husband the other day that the fall weather, the nice, cool 50s, that's gonna be like 2 weeks worth of fall weather, and then it's gonna go straight to winter. That's what I feel like this season's gonna be like. I hope not, but you never know. So for the tree, I mainly did yellow ochre, and then I kind of made my own red color, and I just did stippling for the leaves. Nothing too fancy. And then the pumpkins, I did yellow ochre and a mix of orange. For the grass, just doing a little more shadow where there's supposed to be shadow, and all the things, trying to make it look somewhat decent. I am really happy with how it turned out. Could have been better for sure, but first time doing a landscape like this, I'm not too bad. I feel like I should have just left out the truck. In my opinion, the truck, I love the truck, the old trucks, but it makes it look a little cartoonish, I guess. For the hay, I just did yellow ochre with a mix of a little bit of brown, I think. I can't exactly remember, but for sure yellow ochre. And then I'm using my size 0 Princeton Snap brush, and I'm just going up and down, and then I go across to kind of make it look like hay stacks and things like that. And then for the barn, I ended up using my white Jelly Roll pen to mark out the doors and the window at the top. So to glue the painting on, I did have to cut it down, and then I just have a spray adhesive that I use. I don't recommend it. It gets very tacky on my hands and all the things. So for October, I have a slew of Tombow brush pens that I'm using. I will have all the colors and the numbers that coordinate with what pen I'm using linked or just written out in the description box below. I also never use a ruler, and I'm doing a drop shadow, which is very interesting because I hardly ever do drop shadows. I figured it needed something different. So for the pumpkins, I have many different colors that I use, and I did outline them first, and in a little bit I'll kind of show you guys how I draw the pumpkins. And I'm just coloring them in, and then I ended up doing a black outline, which now I don't like, but can't go back now. The black outline. No, I don't like it. I should have just left it, but it's too late now. For October, I wanted it to look like I had written out October and then kind of done like a shadow type thing. It looks better in person. Next page, I did not do a month calendar like I did last month, I think, because I never use it. So I figured, why not just do the word October and then just write important dates and put my important dates on that page. And then my mood tracker, I am doing all pumpkins, and it didn't really take me that long to sketch out all of the pumpkins, but the sketching part of the pumpkins looked worse than the actual line drawing of the pumpkins. So I found a picture on Pinterest on how to draw pumpkins. It was just do an oval and then, half circles around it. And it was super easy. It's really fun to make them really tall or to look more like gourds or, short, fat pumpkins. It's really fun to do these now. So this is just a little tutorial. Had to do a cool transition, right? So my cleaning schedule, let's get clean. I am terrible at cleaning. So I always do a cleaning schedule, and no joke, I never ever stick to it. But it makes me feel like I'm getting my life together, or with cleaning when really I'm not. So and this is real time for the Let's Get Clean hand lettering, so it really does take a minute to do hand lettering. Again, pumpkins with the Tombow brush pens, love them. And then this one is a Crayola brush pen, which the Crayola brush pens compared to the Tombow brush pens are definitely more bright and vivid, which is really awesome. My habit tracker, I only have 2 down in the video, but I do have more on the page. I actually have to write them out. And then these pumpkins right here, this part was so fun. This page, the habit tracker page, is going to be a Dutch door, and I'm going to cut it after I do all of the pumpkins. This part was so much fun. I loved doing the pumpkins with the brush pens. I don't know why. It was so fun. I have a stencil that has the little circles on it, and when I got done with these 2, I was like, why did I do circles? It was such a waste of time. I should have just done squares. But now I have to continue the circles with my other habits because for me, it's got to look uniform. And then the page underneath, I didn't record it because I figured I already showed you guys how I do the pumpkins. I just kind of did a little side border right there, a little side border of pumpkins, so it shows through on the other side. And these are all of the Tombow brush pens that I used for the the first weekly spread of October, which we are getting into. So this is the stencil that I used for the letters. I love it, like typewriter style. And then I realized the first week of October starts on Friday, not on Monday. So I had to didn't take me forever, but I had to start over and just erase what I had done. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then next week it's gonna start on Monday. And then I have a little section for next week's tasks because it is the first week of October is a Friday. I had Jack had a doctor's appointment, but other than that, my weekends are pretty clear. So yeah, I don't know what this is called, but I liked doing it. I've seen other people who have bullet journals do that little line stuff as well, the grid thing. Okay, so here is the flip through of the October Playing With Me. I love how it turned out. The cover page is super fun and fall vibes for me. Important dates in October. My mood tracker with the little truck at the bottom with the pumpkins on it. Oh, that was so fun to do. I'm really happy with the pumpkin theme. Let's get clean. Let's hope I can stick to it. My habit tracker, and then the first week of October. I loved this Playing With Me. It was so much fun to do. I will have everything linked in the description box below if you're interested in what colors I used and pens and things like that. Stay tuned for more videos, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye!